Hi, I'm Tony Kuslu, beverage expert for UK and Ireland. You are here at the MONIN studio in London, where we are going to cover frozen cocktails. Today, we're going to cover 3 different recipes. We're going to do a daiquiri recipe using strawberry fruit mix. We're going to do a margarita recipe using kiwi fruit mix, and then we're going to do like a frozen Pornstar martini. Now, when it comes to the daiquiri and the margarita, these are more, again, like template recipes that we normally show you guys. For example, with the margarita, you could easily take out kiwi and replace it with any of our fruit mix products. So the kind of options for flavor are up to you. These are just delicious examples. Right, so, gonna get rid of these 2 for now, and mainly talk about strawberry and what is our fruit mix products. So you'll commonly hear these referred to as Le Fruit. Here in the UK, we refer to them as fruit mix. They are essentially a halfway house in between a puree and a sugar syrup. So say you've got a recipe for a cocktail that might require 15 mils of puree and 15 mils of sugar syrup. You would just use this, but not quite a mil for mil substitute. The flavor intensity and the perceived sweetness is slightly higher. So say for 30, you might think you would use 20 in its place. We are going to be using this to make a delicious strawberry daiquiri. Now, strawberry is basically the UK's favorite flavor. So when it comes to daiquiris, the common association is going to be strawberry. So we're going to use this, make a daiquiri, but like I said before, feel free to swap this for any other products on the fruit mix range. Drink number 2. Moving into margarita territory now using our kiwi fruit mix. We are in summer 2024, if you happen to be watching this in the future, and kind of everything in the UK is kind of leading towards kiwi being quite a prominent flavor this year. So we're going to be using this as a base for our margarita. You might have noticed in the last video that I tend to use fruit juices or things like that to dilute my frozen drinks. Quite often when you see recipes online, they say, oh, just add some water in just to kind of build the body of the drink because it's going to be a larger format. When diluting drinks, if you can sneak some extra flavor in there without costing too much, I always encourage people to do so because the more water you add in, the less flavor you're actually going to end up with afterwards. So, dilution through things that have flavor rather than water, but there's not exactly a big problem if you do want to use water. Last thing being said, this recipe won't have any triple sec in, so it's kind of along the lines of kind of leaning in towards more like a Tommy's margarita. If you want to put a little bit of Cointreau, Grand Marnier, our own triple sec liqueur, feel free to put as much as you want in. Right, let's make one. Right, so with the last drink, you might have noticed that I was using cloudy apple juice to dilute the strawberry daiquiri. Reason for that is, and I won't try and waffle too long, is that typically with frozen drink menus or recipes, you will see that the recipes typically call for water. And that's mainly to dilute a drink because they are in larger drink formats. Now, if we're gonna dilute our drink with anything, we're gonna typically try and dilute it with things that themselves have flavor. Otherwise, you don't want to end up with basically just a watery, flavorless drink. Cloudy apple juice is a very, very cheap ingredient to use that isn't too dominant in flavor. But if you wanted to do strawberry juice in your strawberry daiquiri, you absolutely could. But now we are talking strictly margaritas. So we're going to be using kiwi for this. And we are currently in summer 24. If you're watching this in the future, hope things are good. Otherwise, where we kind of look towards a lot of trends and insights, kiwi kind of seems to be like quite a dominant flavor of this summer. So hence why I'm showing it today. Recipe that I'm going to show you doesn't contain triple sec, but if you do want to add some in to kind of round out and bring it closer to a traditional margarita, just add an extra shot on top of the recipe I'm going to show you. So, strawberry daiquiri down, kiwi margarita down. We are now moving on to a frozen version of the UK's most ordered, most favourite, most delicious drink, I guess you would say, which is the Pornstar Martini. Comprises of a few different key components, the main two being passion fruit and vanilla. There's a few different ways you can go about doing this, especially in terms of frozen drinks. We're going to be incorporating the third most important ingredient, which typically comes on the side, which is prosecco. So normally when you go to a bar, you get Pornstar Martini in a glass and you get a shot of prosecco on the side. The reason being why you get it on the side is that prosecco is kind of seen as like a sorbet to the side, and the Pornstar Martini is supposed to be quite sweet. What we're going to be doing is basically incorporating everything into the same glass. So you will need passion fruit Lafri or fruit mix, some prosecco, any choice of your vanilla vodka. But if you want to use standard vodka and split this between vanilla syrup, then you can, but this is the easiest way. And then just some citrus and some apple juice just to bring it all together and to dilute it. Let's make one. So, Pornstar Martini is done. So we've covered 3 really popular frozen drinks. Everyone's got their own little spin on a Pornstar Martini. So if you've got one that deviates away from that, send us a recipe, put it in the comments below and tag us. It's always good to kind of see what other people are up to. Otherwise, like, follow, subscribe, share. Thanks for watching.